Hi, I'm Rob Lehner from Inspire Realty Partners.
And I'm Glenn Marino, branch manager of First Centennial Mortgage in beautiful downtown Naperville. And we're here today with your
Tip of the week.
Hey, Rob, this time of year, I've been seeing you working on some plans, working on what's going to help you do even better in 2016. Can you kind of give us a little overview of what you've been working on?
Well, who says you can't teach an old dog new tricks, For many years, I've just gone from year to year. I might set a New Year's resolution and fail within the next, 3 weeks or so. But it's really been brought to light how important it is to plan for your year, especially as an independent business person. I'm a real estate agent. I need to set goals. I need to know what I'm doing for the next year. And by setting the goals, I am setting a standard for myself that I try to reach. And if I don't have a plan to reach those goals, the goals will always just kind of always be out of reach. So I've spent the last few weeks putting together a business plan, and I just have it here. I have it all bound and filled out. I'm not going to get into all the details of it, but the process of thinking what I need to do this in 2016 to be successful has really brought to light the idea that it's very important to write down what you want to accomplish, because insanity is doing the same thing over and over and expecting a different result.
Absolutely. If we all want better results in 2016, we've got to make some changes. We've got to plan for that additional success in our life. I think that one of the things that you've talked to me about is making sure that you look at what your current needs are, such as paying for mortgages and paying for schooling and paying for food and for groceries and gas bills, and then adding to that whatever else you're looking for in 2016, such as maybe a big family vacation or a new car or something like that. And then also taking into consideration we're going to have to pay taxes, and we're going to also have to set aside some money for savings, and we're also going to have to set aside some money for marketing. It's going to cost us a little bit,
right?
Which then gives us a focus on what kind of volume do we have to do in order to pay for all of those goals that we have, or all those necessities in life, versus us coming into the office and then just being reactive to our emails, being reactive to client needs. We now know with a plan, how many people do we need to call? How many leads do we need? How many listings do you need to have in 2016? And so I think you come into the office now with a purpose,
right,
and a focus. So it's not so much as your business affecting you as you are affecting the business. You're working on the business with a purpose, with a goal, and achieving the results that you desire for 2016.
And I might say that's the wonderful thing about being, so to speak, self-employed, where I have an opportunity to grow using my plan. Most of us have a job where we don't really have control of our income, but what we do have control of is our behaviors with that income. And I think it's a really good idea that if you have a job that you are on a salary or you make an hourly rate, that you look at your life in the coming year, and you really be honest with yourself. Identify bad habits that are costing you money, so you can kind of give yourself a raise by just changing some of your behaviors. Putting some money away instead of spending it on, I don't know, whatever you want.
Partying with friends or going out.
Just kind of emotional spending, for example, or if you can just be honest with yourself and sit down with a piece of paper and say, these are the bad habits that I have that cost me quality of life, and then just kind of go after, come up with a plan. How can I accomplish getting rid of those bad habits? And in a way, without even getting a raise from your boss, you're giving yourself a raise by changing your behavior.
Which goes back to, if you want different results, better results, you have to change. There has to be a change, because if you're going to do the same thing that you've done in 2015, don't expect different results.
Right. So our message for you as the new year comes on is, here's our tip: plan your year. Make yourself sit down and think about how you want your life to change, and then come up with a plan.
Put it to
write it down and put it somewhere. Put it in a binder like this, or this is going to live on my desk, so I look at it every day, and put it somewhere where it constantly reminds you. Now, the new year brings a brand new set of opportunities for you, and we're here to help you if you decide that in that new year it's time to buy a home. And if you are going to buy a home, you're going to want to prepare yourself. You want to make sure your credit's good. You want to make sure that you have money saved, put away for the purchase. You want to add to that?
You just want to get yourself pre-qualified. Use as many of the tools that are available to you free of charge. Get yourself pre-qualified, pre-approved with someone like myself at First Centennial Mortgage. And once you're pre-qualified, and again, that road to pre-qualification might mean that you do have to work on credit. That would be a good thing. You might have to, save a few more dollars, change some of those behaviors such that you can accumulate a few more dollars toward that down payment that's necessary. But once you are pre-approved, then do some planning with Rob. He's going to take you out. He's going to find several different dream homes that are going to meet your family's needs. So give us a call. We're here to make you successful in 2016, and we'll be here next week with another
Tip of the week. And Happy New Year, everyone.
Merry Christmas.